level.
Yeah, you're always a little hot. I got to bring it down just a little bit.
Yeah.
I can make that adjustment. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
We want you to sound good. I mean, I should probably do some EQing on the fly, too, to try to get you where you need to be. Although you seem a little clearer lately than you did.
Really?
Yeah, like it's not as muffled. I mean, it seems like you have a little more presence.
Not as muffled. I've never been muffled.
It's always been a little muffled.
Mm.
See, when you stop talking, I can't tell if it's any different at all.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Let me bring you right
Yeah,
down.
you put a freaking ITM in front of the link. I'm like, why is this link not working?
See, you're even hitting the red again. And
I'm in the yellow on my end.
you're hitting the red here, man. You're like, why is there an ITM? You don't know what it is.
No, I copied and pasted and the link didn't work.
Oh,
Don't put something in front of a link, dude.
can't you just click the link like regular folk?
No, because I use a different browser.
You're like, I want the link in the link.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the link.
Yeah, if I click the link, it'll open up a browser with 180 tabs on it already.
Well, maybe don't sit that many tabs. Don't be that many tabs there be open. They're like, what?
What are you from Louisiana now?
Something like that. Yeah. I'm Buford T from Tennessee.
Not Tennessee.
Buford T from Tennessee.
Not from Tennessee.
Buford T from Tennessee.
He's from Louisiana.
Buford T Justice.
Yeah.
I'm talking Buford T of Hog Story fame.
Don't know who that is.
Hog Story, Monday nights on the No Agenda stream. Sir John Fletcher, Dame Lady Carolyn Blaney. It's a podcast.
Oh, yeah, I've been on that podcast.
You don't know about it, but you've been on it. Only geez.
It kind of all went by in a blur. I couldn't understand the damn thing people were talking about.
You're like, they're smoking too much pot,
I was
man.
informed later that you needed to be high to be on it, and I didn't read the fine print.
You always have to read the fine print. Always. I mean, break it down just a little more, and I think we'll be right on right on it. Then I just need our intro music. I'm just playing my stick. I don't even know who that is. My stick is better than bacon. It's a very catchy tune.
I'm sure it's a music factory that came up with it.
Probably. It's just a very weird.
Why are you so quiet? Let me turn you up a little bit.
Oh, I'm pulling up the theme here. Now, here's where I'd be normally talking. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I know I don't hit the red. I can't even hit the yellow when I'm going into clean feed.
I'm telling you, you're kind of on the quiet side lately.
That's weird. I'm just
also
adjusting.
A little muffled. I'm not sure what's going on.
I'm probably this big foam ball on the.
Oh, I took my foam ball off a few weeks ago.
See, okay, and you're fucking telling me nothing was changing. That's what changed. The foam ball came off, and it's like all of a sudden you're no longer sounding a little underwater. That makes sense. Because here's my foam ball on, because I like to talk right close, but
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now here's with the foam ball off.
Holy shit.
Right?
What'd you do with Darren?
Can you believe that? The foam ball comes off, and now it's like it's clearer, right?
Oh, it's way clearer.
I guess we'll have to leave it off then.
Well, yeah, that's what I did. I'm surprised yours is still on.
Well, I like it. I like the look, and it's just it's more comfortable.
I do think. Well, there's one other advantage, and that is that if you're eating something while talking on the microphone,
you don't spit it right into the grill.
You don't get
mic.
it right on the mic. You get on the ball,
right? And then you can take that thing off. You can clean it. You can replace it.
Oh yeah,
9 different ways to Sunday.
Yeah.
It's
one thing. Like if you ever go into a talk radio station, you'll see the hosts coming in with their own balls on the on the microphone. Yeah, you always got to come in with your own balls. They got their own headphones and their own balls.
They don't provide you with the balls once you get into the studio.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm recording this. I mean, we haven't done the theme, but I think we've already been doing the show. Genius.
Well, I'm born ready.
Hello, you are joining Unrelenting episode number 71, June 2nd, 2023, already in progress. I'm your host, Darren O'Neill, and my friend on the other end, Sir Gene Nevtuliev of the
right.
Moscovites.
The Moscovites? Not really. But I'm here. What's going on, man?
Well, the world is melting down. I guess that's every week. We have Joe Biden falling down. We have Taylor Swift in Chicago. I mean, she wanted me to go to brunch, and I'm like, I got to do a show with Gene.
That's right.
I have to have priorities.
Mm-hmm.
So here I am.
Didn't win the lottery again, huh?
No.
Okay.
I am impressed with the way the Taylor Swift tour does merchandising.
They're all about the money.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Anybody that says Taylor Swift isn't a big old capitalist, they're missing out on what's going on here.
Dude, her parents were millionaires when she was growing up.
Irrelevant. Yes, irrelevant, because there's a lot of the chillin' now who are like, I don't like all of that capitalist, even if their parents were rich. They're the ones that come out, even though they're still taking all their parents' money. You know, they're still very anti-capitalist because they didn't have to work for the money. I guess. I don't know. But I haven't been to a concert.
Still owe her parents money, so, she's got to work for a while, kind of like Britney had to.
I haven't been to a concert in a while. And the ones that I have been to were a little bit smaller, more like bar kind of things.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you got a restraining order.
Right. This is true. But I have never heard of a concert tour rolling into town, and Taylor is at Soldier Field, which is the biggest venue in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're selling 60,000 plus tickets for every show. 3 nights. Yeah, I know. Just think of the money on that. But not only that, 60,000 tickets, 3 nights. And because I'm going back, the only time I went to see a show, I saw 2 shows at Soldier Field. One was Bruce Springsteen back in the Born in the USA era when he was bigger than everybody at that point. And I think I saw McCartney there. Now, Springsteen, the ticket scalpers, this was before the internet, so I guess we have to add that into the thing. And it was general admission, which meant if you weren't early in the gates, you weren't going to get anywhere near the stage anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But there were people outside, even when we were getting there, not super early, but we weren't going to be late. They were trying to sell the tickets for like $5, and they couldn't get rid of them because they got the scalpers bought way too many tickets. That's not happening with Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday, because I really hadn't been paying attention in the other cities, but that's just Chicago, so you see things. Yesterday, at Soldier Field, from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., they had a big merch sale out in front. So they have like multiple semis bringing in merchandise, people showing up the day before the concert, and they're selling merchandise all day the day before and the 3 days of.
How do people not know you're supposed to buy merch the day after?
That's usually when it's cheaper.
Yeah.
You wait till the whole tour is over,
mm-hmm.
and that's when you load up on the merchandise.
Wait, she's doing 3 days?
Yes, at Soldier Field, 60,000. And
that's 180,000.
Yeah, and the tickets are still not easy to come by. So it tells you that the money that was made here is...
You're going to have everybody from gangbangers to middle-aged men sitting there.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if we're going to have any of the... how do we say this in a way that wouldn't get us thrown into woke jail? When the youths, the big groups of youths show up to rampage. The youths. Yeah. I'm wondering if that's going to happen outside of Soldier Field.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Then we'll see the police presence, man. It's going to be
private police anyway.
Yeah. It is not a fun time to be in Chirac, but then of course we've got this. Then we go into
who the fuck lives there? That's crazy.
I would not live in the city limits. Some people do, I guess. But yeah, 60,000 tickets, 3 nights. It's unheard of. Even in the biggest, when U2 was like at the top of the world, they did 2 nights. And I think they had kind of trouble selling the second night out. So this was 3 nights. And
dude, I don't remember Led Zeppelin doing 2 nights.
I don't know. It was a different world back in the 70s. The amount of trucks, and this is the interesting thing too. It's like Taylor Swift's, the way they do the concerts now, and it's not everybody. Metallica, Springsteen, they can just go they can call audibles and do a whole different show every night. Taylor Swift, it seems like the females do this because I remember seeing Reba McEntire, who was fantastic back in the day, and went through like 5. For Reba, it was like 5 or 6 costume changes. The Taylor costume changes seem way more plentiful than that. And the whole thing is set up to where
big girl sweats.
Yeah, and it's choreographed down to the minute, I'm sure. And I'm just waiting for all that as worn on stage tour outfits and the big Louboutin boots, which I can only imagine were like $20,000 boots to begin with. If you could cut those things up into little pieces and like put them on trading cards or something, like official Taylor Swift worn merchandise. No, it would bring in the Boku bucks. But I thought,
can you imagine if Taylor Swift got a OnlyFans channel, how much money she'd make?
Well, this is it. If you had somebody that looked like Taylor Swift, you could just make $1 billion.
Swift Taylor.
Right. And that's the question with all of this AI stuff. How different does it have to be in order to use somebody's
it's got a pretty
likeness?
generic looking face? You know, it's probably not that hard.
It's hard to tell height when you get on in photographs and video, unless you have something
unless
for
you're standing
scale.
next to somebody.
Yes. So you can make that. I mean, there's no question about it. There are people working on, or if they haven't already done it, working on their Taylor Swift AI girlfriends. And if you can market that, there's money there. There's a lot of money to be there.
Now, does your wife object to your Taylor Swift body pillow?
No, she doesn't care at all.
She's fine with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she would sell me to Taylor Swift for a few boxes of Legos. I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. It's Lego. If Metis is listening, there is
plural Lego.
Yeah. Legos is not a thing. It's the multiple of Lego is Lego.
I read a rumor that says that Lego were actually invented by Germany in World War II during the Nazi era. Is that correct?
No, it was somewhere over in that era, but it's Denmark is where their headquarters is. Allegedly, as far as I know, it was Denmark, but that's close. You're in the regime. You're in the region or regime, either way.
Yeah, I mean, my understanding is they were invented for the Reich children, the kinders, to build little concentration camps.
Well, you could build little weapons.
Yeah,
you can build guns.
That's
and ammo.
why their basic shape is a brick
square. Well, just because it's also the most common building shape of.
Doesn't matter. I'm just saying.
You never know.
Yeah, Nazi Legos. The title of the episode.
I was going to say that's a little harder to sell that on the box, but yeah, I want to be sued by a multi-billion-dollar company too.
I watched a movie by Mel Brooks that had that in there. I distinctly remember.
Just blame Mel Brooks.
So let me ask you a question. Why do you hate deep dish pizza?
I've never liked it. I've always been a thin crust kind of guy. I know I'm from Chicago. And I've had
Chicago,
a little deep dish now and then, but I prefer the thin crust. I mean, a deep dish, you really have to be in the mood for it. It's probably been 5-10 years since I've had a deep dish. It's thin crust.
You can't be calling yourself a Chicagoan. You're definitely on the outskirts of Illinois.
Thin crust, baby. That's the way to go. The thinner cracker crust, the better. Get me a good Chesden's pizza, which was the pizza that I grew up loving. It was a place that was on the way between my house and Comiskey Park, so we would often stop there. It was an old neighborhood joint. You know what I'm saying? And
thin crust pizza is basically pizza that is made by a shop that's losing money.
I think they're all making a lot of money on pizza.
Can't be affording the real dough.
It's all the same dough. It's just less. It's less.
Yeah, like way less.
But the Chesden's pizza that I love so much, the guys that started that came back from the war. I think a couple of Polish brothers. So, I mean, they made the best damn pizza
around. Sounds super authentic to me. You're right.
It is. It's the best stuff ever.
The best Polish pizza in town outside of Chicago.
Yeah, it's like, what's Polish pizza? It's like, I don't know, but they do it right. And it's thin,
okay.
Delicious.
So that's interesting because I've had Norwegian pizza.
Really? What is that?
It has lutefisk on it.
Oh, that is going to be an interesting taste sensation.
It's actually really good.
Well, you told me recently that you can get anything you want in your area in a burrito form. So
That's true.
why not pizza? Same thing.
Yes.
You just
Yes.
you can
Ever
throw-
since the whole war thing, you just the food prices in Moscow have just gotten up, though.
well, there you. I mean, I thought Vlad had this all under control.
Yeah. Well, it's the exotic things that aren't made in China, you know.
Ah, yeah, that's a little rougher.
Mm-hmm.
To get your hands on the fresh ingredients.
Yes.
Eggs are down here. I was happy to see that.
Well, eggs are super cheap. No, I'm not talking about eggs. Eggs are like they're about 20 cents for a dozen.
Well, see, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have that many electric cars around Moscow.
Yeah. Well, there are more now because there's a couple Chinese companies making them now.
Yeah, well,
One's I think in fact one of them is called Tesla, but it's not with a T, it's with an F. So it's a Fesla. But they look just like it.
well, it's amazing how that happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Chinese knockoff syndrome.
Yeah, Musk is there right now. I'm not sure why, but apparently he's got some meetings there.
Well, I always thought it was interesting because it's the same factories making this stuff. Back,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This was probably 10 years ago, maybe even more, when I was buying some hockey jerseys. Always a big Blackhawk fan. Then they have one of the most beautiful sweaters in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to the point where if you wanted to buy the officially licensed jerseys,
Mm-hmm.
they were $350, $400.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely. Oh, you can thank Kevin Smith for that.
Yeah, well, I bought a bunch of Kevin Smith jerseys before he decided I'm getting skinny now, so I'm not going to sell the jerseys anymore. You fucking idiot!
Fucking idiots, right?
The
Should've stayed
jerseys
fat.
are awesome. The
Right, that's what I
vibe,
meant.
and you don't have to be a big fat dude to wear the jerseys. They were just
I hope
really
so.
cool. He had
Yeah.
some awesome designs, including the one, my favorite. I mean, again, probably because I'm a Blackhawk fan.
Yeah.
The
Black.
Bob Hawks, which
Uh-huh.
was the head that was like the Blackhawk head, but it was with the backwards wearing cap. So it was like a silent
Mhm.
Bob.
Yep.
Beautiful jersey. But when I was ordering jerseys, and there were guys selling them out of the like baseball card shows and stuff, because that was still where you
Mhm.
could get away with it. But selling the Chinese knockoff Blackhawks jerseys. Now, some of them were horrible. But there were some that looked just as good, felt just as good as the real
Mhm.
jerseys, and they were selling them for like $39.
Yep.
It's like
True.
it's the material's not worth it. I mean, I'm getting the point. I'm sure it was all the licensing to
Mhm.
make them legitimately. But it's the same
Yeah.
kind of thing now. There's a bunch of Taylor Swift merch groups on Facebook, and I'm seeing a lot more people that are like, "Oh, I've got an Etsy and I'm making these," and I'm like, okay, until you get sued into oblivion.
We'll see.
It all depends, I guess, what it is, how big
Yeah.
of an operation it is. But one of the admins for the one group didn't like. Obviously, the admin was a flipper. There was a CD that Taylor released last week at the New Jersey shows,
Mm-hmm.
and it was announced that it was being released at that show. But what most of the people on eBay put in their listing was, "Oh, it's a New Jersey exclusive."
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? It's not. So I saw people spend on eBay upwards of $200 on a $10 CD. And now it turns out it really wasn't an exclusive. And I posted on that group like, well, now you're a moron to buy one anyway. But if you bought one and the listing said it was a New Jersey concert exclusive, eBay will let you get your money back and force the seller to handle shipping on the other way because they lied in their listing.
Mm-hmm.
And the admin of the one Taylor Swift group immediately took it down. So I'm guessing they're also flippers, would be my guess on. It's like you just have to be buyer beware. Understand the rules
And that's usually a good practice.
on everything.
Yeah.
If you're selling
the
on
board.
eBay, you.
All right, we're done with Taylor Swift. 20
know.
minutes is the limit on the show.
I'm just saying for anything on eBay, why
Mhm.
add extra information that's not needed? When you start
Not
adding,
needed. Yeah. Better advice: just don't do eBay. It just makes you feel dirty.
It does on a lot of different levels. But if there's something that you want And it's become the place to go for collectibles. Again, tickets.
That's why it makes you feel dirty, because it reminds me of that shop that sells that kind of crap.
There's a lot of them that do.
It has a smell to it. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I know. What shop and what smell are you talking about?
The shop in every city in the country that sells collectibles.
Well, there's more than one.
It has a certain smell. The best advice I can give is just don't go in there.
Is the smell desperation?
You're going to walk out and a year of your life has been lost.
It all depends. Are you buying or selling? Right?
Yeah, if you're selling, you're just going to dump it on eBay.
Well, this is right, because where else are you going to sell it? I mean, it's not my fault that somebody
you wouldn't want to go to that shop, but lately eBay is smelling more and more like that shop.
You can smell eBay? What addition to your Mac Mini do you have? And by the way, I bought a Mac Mini.
I'm sorry, do you not have a Mac?
Well, I do, actually. Let's talk about impulse purchasing.
Okay.
The other day, the wife and I went to Costco for the first time in a long time. And they had the M2 Mac Minis on sale for $4.99. And I'm like,
holy cow, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, that's what I said. So I bought it, and it's still sitting in the box because I'm like,
well, good. Now, here's what you do. You keep it in the box for a year.
Right. This is the Gene-Dev Tuliev method of using Apple products. You buy it, you look at the box sitting on the floor for at least 12 months.
But here's the beauty. Now you have the right to tell everybody, oh, well, yeah, of course I use a Mac. What, you don't have a Mac?
Right. I've got it sitting right here.
It doesn't say you have to take it out of the box.
I know. It does not say you have to take it out of the box. And I'm like, it's the M2 Pro that would let me do the 3 monitors. Although I'm thinking all I really need to do is get a switch, and then I can just use that on the main monitor when I want to. Because it's so small, it's easy to just add to the...
It really is.
To the chain of everything else here.
It is tiny. It fits right under the big Stream Deck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's
literally the same size.
My big Stream Deck right now, though, is sitting on top of a monitor base, which is sitting on top of my Motu. So I'm glad that baby's metal because it's holding up.
Oh, you got that whole thing on the top of the Motu?
Yeah. It's great because it's like the Motu doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, I got my Motu off to the side behind the side monitor.
I do have to put a little sticky note, though, over the display. Is there any way to turn the displays on these Motus off? I find them to be a little too bright and annoying.
Not. They are kind of bright. I'll give you that.
It's like, why is there no way to, because it's just a light. Why is there, couldn't they have added a little thing in there that's like turn off or on the light?
Yeah, a lot of, that's true. Because I shouldn't say a lot. Some brands do have a dim display to like half. I've never seen one that lets you turn it off, though.
It would be nice, but I guess a big sticky note, because I never look at the display. I always just open up the.
It also doesn't have to face you,
Now, that's true. That is true. Because I really never adjust the headphone level once it's set.
Yeah.
Or I could just hide it, put it somewhere else, mount it to the back of the monitor, something like that.
You could Velcro it to the back of the monitor if you really want to. That's true.
Oh, now Noah Jenna Millennial says you can dim the AVB ultralight. Well, why can't mine dim? Come on.
Oh, really? How do you dim it?
Yeah,
I've got one of them.
How do you dim it, Noah Jenna Millennial?
Yeah, provide info there, dude.
Their person on trollroom.io guy. Yeah, I know.
We'll just sit here quietly while you're waiting for your answer.
This is a quality podcast.
How do you dim this thing? We got these devices we need to dim.
Need to dim them. I mean, that's it. I go the old-fashioned way. But I got the
Wait, is he not saying anything?
I'm sure he's typing it out. You have to remember this is a few second delay, and then they have to type a reply.
Give us an answer. We're waiting.
Yeah, just a little LED screen blitzed.
Yeah,
on the unit itself. I mean, I could probably open it up.
The Stream Deck's pretty bright. That thing ought to be brighter than your Motu.
See, Blitz says he just removes the LEDs from the device. And I'm thinking I don't know if this is backlit or if the display, it's a little harder to, because it's not just one LED.
No.
But my air conditioning went out this week. So, I mean, Oh,
I heard about that. So what'd you do?
This is my first live show this week with a co-host because Monday was Memorial Day and the wife was off and we had some stuff to take care of. So I called off on Planet Rage, which made people mad. And it's like, well, then donate more. Because if I was making any kind of money, I would definitely do the show. And then the guy was coming over to fix the air on Wednesday and people were like, oh no, you're not going to do Grumpy Old Ben's. And I'm like, well, I think we had a total of $5 in donations waiting for Grumpy Old Ben's. And I'm like, well, yeah, I could inconvenience myself for $1 an hour, but maybe not. So my buddy came out and he cleaned out the whole thing, which probably didn't need to be done because what we really needed was another 4 pounds of the refrigerant and a catalog of, okay, what are we going to buy? Because what was done to try to stop the leaks last year at the end of June or July obviously slowed it a little bit, but didn't help.
Yeah.
And if the refrigerant, thanks to the government, because if the refrigerant was only like $100 to refill it, I would do that twice a year with no problem. And this thing would run another 10 years.
I remember when it used to be $15.
That's sad. And now it's like, yeah, you can't. Now, he says, I stand corrected. You can adjust the contrast. Oh, you see?
And it was, well, that's a big difference. Yeah, it was Freon back in the day.
Right.
It was still way cheaper. And I remember I had a car that was leaking. And I remember, I'd buy like a thing of Freon every about 4 times a year. And it was cheaper than fixing it.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
So that's going to be on the list of things to get replaced here this summer. Will be a new AC unit.
Well, there's $100,000 right there.
Yeah. Well, I think when we were checking last year, they were about 35. So what do you guess? They're like 45 now?
Yeah, probably about 45.
So that'll be fun. But it's got to be done.
I mean, there's not much. You know what the margin on those things is?
No.
I can tell you.
Okay. Can you get me a good deal? Because, I mean, I've got the guy to put it in. So,
well, it's unfortunately you're in the wrong state. I've got I'm working with an air conditioning company right now.
You can get me, a guy that can,
you're in the wrong state. Wrong state.
I'm outside of Moscow. That means
it's regional. You're in the wrong place.
They only deliver in the, up to the Ukrainian border. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. They're, so if they're selling a unit for $30,000, their cost on it is about $12,000.
Well, these are home units, so they're like 35 installed, not 1,000. They're 3,500.
No, you can't get one that cheap. You're going to pay about $30,000.
I don't think you understand what air conditioning units are.
No, I do. It's now I don't know how small of a house you have, but a normal standard American 4,500 square foot house.
Your normal American mansion.
It's not a mansion. That's a house. I'm sorry. I live in Texas here. I forget you guys have different sizes up north.
Gene's like, but, I've got me 50,000 square feet.
Yeah, you get your 1.5 million BTU unit. And
dude, can you imagine how cool it can get in here?
It gets reasonably cool, but I like to keep mine at 80.
You see, you're right in with what the government says to do. The White House, they say keep it at 78.
It's complete coincidence. It just so happens that my snakes prefer 80-degree temperatures.
See, I would die at 80. If it got up to 80, it'd be like the air conditioning's obviously broke because I'm Irish and we like the cool. We like it to be in the mid-60s.
Well, that's because you live in the middle of the northern wasteland up there.
Well, that's where you're from.
Here in Texas, when it's 115 outside and it's 80 inside, it's extremely pleasant.
I can see that because when the air conditioning was broke and the wife came home for lunch, she walked in and like, oh, the guy's here. Was it here already? And I'm like, no, it's just like 95 out. So when you walk in and it's only, whatever in here, it feels very cool.
Yeah.
But if you never leave the house, you don't know how hot it is outside.
That's true. There is yet one more reason to ever leave the house.
Right. Never leave the house. Why would you ever do it? There are people out there.
Yeah. And that's, you know what that means.
So, your future ex-wife.
Yeah. Exactly.
Spaceship salesman.
What's wrong with spaceship salesman?
Nothing. I mean, you sell them on well, that's the smell of that shop when you walk into Crazy Gene Spaceship Emporium.
No. My shop does not have that smell.
We use a little Febreze, you spray it around.
No. I have a very exclusive shop that has a white and gold spaceship on its cover.
Ooh. Do you have business cards like Gene Nevtuliev, spaceship salesman?
Spaceship salesman, yes. I brought those down when I went to SpaceX.
See, I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody here need a slightly used spaceship?
Yeah, that's right.
Does the Kessel run in 15 parsecs? It's not super fast, but it'll get you there.
It'll get you there faster than you need to be there.
And people are yelling at me now constantly. Did you watch Idiocracy yet? And I'm like, no.
Oh, yeah, did you?
No.
Why?
I'm not giving in to peer pressure.
What the hell's wrong with you? You should watch it.
I will. I'll get to it.
Uh-huh.
I will get to it at some point.
I'm still watching House.
Well, of course, it's like 12 seasons. You were like,
surprised. I just realized that I'm watching the episodes that were made 15 years ago right now.
And it holds up.
It totally holds up. There's nothing at all that seems old about it.
So you a fan of Jennifer Morrison?
Who's that?
The doctor in House, the girl.
I'm a fan of the House's boss chick.
Linda. Yeah, that's Linda. What's her name?
Jewish.
Yeah, she was on Seinfeld.
I would totally do her.
I mean, but would she do you?
Of course she'd do me.
Well, yeah, this goes without saying. I am Gene.
I mean, it's not a question.
Right, that's just laughing.
She likes the beards. All right, let's see now. I was going to look up my shop.
Your shop for your spaceships?
Spaceships. Mm-hmm. Let me go in there.
Crazy Jeans, spaceshipemporium.org.
No, that would not be what I would name it. I'll send you the link to it. How's that? You could put it in the show notes for everyone curious about stuff.
Gene Spaceship Shop smells like Drakkar Noir, says C. Brooklyn.
No, but it does smell like Hugo Boss.
Ooh, like a boss. If you buy a spaceship today, you'll get a free pack of orange ponchos. But wait, there's more.
Yeah, if you buy a poncho today, you get a free spaceship.
I was going to go the other way with that.
I see.
I was going to think you buy the spaceship.
It works. You know, it's all good. It's all good. How do I get a view of just my shop? That's the question.
This is an actual thing on the actual internet.
Yeah, I'm going to send you a link, dude. It's called Origin Used Ships.
Wow.
Yeah. What did you think? I was full of shit?
You know,
probably.
The odds on that most of the time will
there you go. There's a spaceship sales page.
star-hanger.com/shop/origin-used-vehicles. That just rolls off the tongue.
I know, right? It's a great URL.
You need crazy jeans, not something, and then just send it right to there. I'll tell you. There's some spaceship. $249. Woo, that's a bargain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
Now, how do you buy? Now, is this something that you had to originally buy from somebody else that you're reselling, or can you create something and add it into this ecosystem and sell it?
No. These are all purchased wholesale.
They're things that appear in a video game. What's the difference between wholesale and retail?
I buy them for cash.
And then sell them for sexual favors?
Credit card. Mm-hmm.
See, there are different
Now, if you click on the show more button, you'll see all the different models and makes in there.
Nobody's ever gone to a Gene site and clicked show more.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I mean, these look
Clearly,
like
you've not been to my OnlyFans.
Some interesting graphics. Did you write the descriptions yourself?
I did, yes.
Let me tell you.
They're very keyword friendly.
Did you use ChatGPT to help you?
No, I don't. I don't need ChatGPT. I can do it myself.
This is the only way to get a Cutlass Black with LT1 original concept, unless you were a part of the original Kickstarter for this game 12 years ago.
That's right. The only way.
For anybody that makes fun of me for buying and selling Taylor vinyl
crap.
Yeah, crap, overall Taylor crap. Mm-hmm. Gene is selling virtual spaceships.
For real money.
Well,
not virtual money.
No, this is real. Well, I understand the real money part.
The important part.
You're like, I got real money.
Even comes with a 10-year insurance policy.
So if the spaceship breaks down, who do they bring it to?
Yeah. Well, you got insurance right there. 10 years built in.
Mm-hmm. And if you're dead in 5 years, then what?
Well, it's unfortunate.
It's well for you. I mean, yes. And
Mhm.
especially for the people that are trying
Well, I'm
to.
not the one providing insurance, dude. I got that outsourced.
Wait, so there's a third-party company that will insure your spaceships?
There's a lot of parties.
Damn. I should have probably set the live tag on so people knew the show was live.
I mean, I figured you did that on purpose.
Just so nobody listens?
Yeah, because then you can grouse more about not getting any money.
No, we got money today.
Oh, okay. Well, then you should probably let people know we're live.
So that way, no, that's just only the people.
How else are you going to get any donation from CSB so that we mention Cooking.ai?
He already sent that before the show started.
Oh, well, then we don't need to worry about it.
But he only sent like 5,000 Satoshis. It's like,
Oh, that's like $1.
Yeah. Yesterday,
Wow.
the rock and roll pre-show did much better. Our buddy Sir Nubbin was
Mhm.
letting the Satoshis fly like mad. I think by the end of the day, it was about a total of 400,000 Satoshis.
Yeah, I would not be mentioning those things because playing illegal music, as CSB correctly stated, while gathering funds in Satoshis,
No music
maybe
is
construed
illegal.
as something that is not totally kosher.
There's kosher. Now, what are you bringing the Jewish folks into this for?
Well, kosher, it's a law. That's what
It's
I'm
a
saying.
law?
It's illegal. Yeah, kosher. It's a law.
Nobody understands laws.
Well, the Jews do.
Well, come to Chicago. We'll have some pizza.
Yeah, except I found out you don't actually understand deep dish.
Well, you
so
can-
I'm not sure.
No,
That's
I
a good thing
understand.
anymore.
I understand deep dish, which is you overload on the crust and you don't get enough of the good stuff.
Oh God, are you kidding me? A good, hell, even a bad deep dish pizza weighs about 8 pounds. So what the hell do you mean you're not getting the good stuff?
But it's like 7 pounds of crust, and then
No. The crust is it's certainly a component of it. It's got to be strong enough to hold 7 pounds of pizza insides.
I don't understand the Lou
You have
Malnati's
3
thing.
layers of meats, sauces, and cheeses in there.
I think I saw there's Digi Guru. He's back. No, Digi, what do you think of Lou Malnati's? Because he's a real Chicago guy. I think Lou Malnati's sucks. But everybody that I run into is like, oh, Lou Malnati's is the best,
That's the
man.
best, man. I'm telling you.
No, it sucks. Just like Portillo's. Portillo's beef used to be great. Now it sucks. There were things that were once grand.
That's one of the things I kind of don't have here. I have damn near everything in Austin because, imports. But the one thing I don't have is a good deep dish pizza place. And it's unfortunate. When I lived up in Frisco, which is north of Dallas, it just totally randomly happened to be the case that I lived a block away from the only deep dish pizza place in town.
Well, now you can get deep dish pizza made into a burrito.
Well, you probably can, but it's not quite the same thing.
See, okay,
They do have burrito everything here, though.
Digi Guru chiming in prefers Pizzeria Uno. Yeah, we used to have an Uno around here.
Yeah, I like Pizzeria Uno's. I've eaten their stuff for like 50 years, but there's something about these these smaller pie places that's really good.
I mean, we used to have Giordano's was pretty good around here.
Yeah, I've had plenty of those too.
But now it's Beggars, and to be fair, I've never tried a deep dish at
I
Beggars.
wonder how much deep dish is these days. Because back when I used to go to Chicago, when I used to live on Wacker Drive there when I was up there, walking around at night, smelling the chocolate, not a worry in the world.
Right, you're walking around just a lot. You're just like
it's just going between clubs in the middle of the night, smelling chocolate. That's what the life used to be,
That was like the best thing you could ever do.
Yeah, back in the 80s, it was great. And back then, after you're done getting the rave on there,
now do you
head down.
You want a price on a deep dish or a gourmet stuffed pizza?
From who?
From this is from Beggars. It was the one that was saved here. I can give you pricing on them.
Well, sure, go ahead.
You want stuffed? We'll do stuffed. Let's see.
Let's do both.
A large stuffed pizza with just, cheese and sauce,
hmm
$29.
Yeah. And how much is the other one?
For the deep dish, everybody's gonna be like, we're getting hungry now.
Mm-hmm.
Their large is $27.50 for deep dish. Now, as I understand, the
With
deep
no
dish,
ingredients, so you add all the meats and things, it'd probably be more in the $60 range, I would guess.
yeah, and if you want, I believe
Because that's actually $60 would be pretty reasonable for that.
so if you're like, hey, I want me some regular sausage on my deep dish with some regular pepperoni. What else you want to throw in there? Onions.
Neither
green
one of
peppers.
those two things. No, you wouldn't.
What are you throwing on
Totally
these?
not.
What do you want?
No, I sent you the video. You know exactly what goes on there. You got 3 layers of cheese. You got 2 layers of ground beef.
Oh, ground beef. Okay.
You got to put ground beef in there.
I didn't see the video. I just saw pizza. And I was
Clearly.
like, now you can. The pizza I like is a thin crust with Italian beef and giardiniera. I can see where that could be good on a deep dish way. I could see that. Okay,
Yeah,
so ground
the
beef.
deep dish pizza is literally a pie. It is not a flatbread, which is what you're calling pizza.
What do you want besides your ground beef? Do you want regular ground beef or extra ground beef?
Oh, I like the extra ground beef.
Extra ground beef. Okay. Are we adding any grilled chicken, any olives, any peppers?
Olives have to be on there. Absolutely.
You want green or black?
Black.
Black olives, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So you got ground beef, black olives.
Mm-hmm.
What else we want to throw on here?
Onions.
Ooh, onions. Got to do onions.
Gotta have the onions on there. Green peppers.
Green pepper. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want? Some anchovy? Or
I like
bacon?
mushrooms. Not everybody likes mushrooms in there, but I kind of like the mushrooms.
We'll do mushrooms. Now, any anchovy? Any bacon?
Anchovy goes on top always. Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. We got to throw the anchovies on here.
Mm-hmm.
This is getting to be a big damn. I mean, they offer broccoli on the pizza. I'm questioning that.
No broccoli. No,
That doesn't
that's not
seem
a real
right.
thing. That's not a food.
Now, what I will
I say that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was
Finish
going to
your
say
thought.
what I
and then I'll
really
say it.
enjoy, and I just kind of ran across this randomly, was
Yeah.
I ordered a feta pizza with black olives. That's all. No other meat.
Mhm.
Delightful.
Yeah, those. You know what's really good if you want to do the olives, just do a very traditional kind of an Italian, which is the flatbread pizza with olive oil and black olives and nothing else.
Nice.
Just no red sauce. It tastes really good.
Digi Guru says ground beef on pizza is for commies. Well, the
Yes,
kettle.
gone for
pot.
commies, whatever, dude.
Let's see. So that you want pineapple or red onion
No,
or
not on
ricotta
this.
cheese?
I do enjoy pineapple pizza, but not in this. Not in deep dish.
You want a
No.
little shaved parm on top?
Of course.
Let's see. No spinach, no tomato, I'm guessing.
Some people like no tomato. Some people like the spinach on there. I've never been a big fan on pizza. It gets soggy.
So what we've got then, what's our total on this? Oh, $50.30
Oh, well, it's under 60. That's reasonable price.
for a large pizza. There you go.
That's a very good deal. Now in Austin, that would probably be $100.
Well, you want extra cheese too.
But yeah, you always get extra cheese. You don't even think about that.
That brings it up to $53.15.
Mm-hmm.
You're right about. That's about a $60 pie.
It should be around $60, right around there. Yep.
We are configuring your deep dish pizza right here
That's
on
right.
Unrelenting.
Online, live.
Yeah, we're not ordering
Pizza
it for you.
Now, I did make fun of broccoli. I have to say, I did just make broccoli beef, Chinese beef broccoli, whatever you want to call
Oh,
it.
that I love.
I made that just a few days ago.
I love Mongolian beef with a little bit of broccoli.
Oh, Mongolian beef, that works too. Yeah. With the broccoli. And the broccoli is good for that because it sort of makes the beef taste a little more grassy, which would be the way it would taste in Mongolia.
Fucking Mongolians.
Yes, they conquered most of the known world.
I have not watched in a few years South Park.
Mhm.
Are they still getting away with all of the overtly racist, shitty
Yes.
walk?
Yes.
I mean, I know
Mhm.
it's dumb, and I know it could possibly offend some people, but it's funny.
Nobody's offended.
I would hope not. But we're getting into that world now where people are ultra offended by everything.
We're getting into that world. I think we've been in that
We've
world.
been beyond the world.
It's just that the people that watch South Park don't give a shit.
The folks at Target maybe do. I mean,
Yeah, well, fuck that.
yeah. That's why you got the hell out of Minneapolis, man, because it's Target City.
Mm-hmm. It is Target City. And then Target was a customer of mine a number of times.
What I want to know is, are the folks that are part of the gay and lesbian community, how pissed are they at this whole trans thing? Because
they really are pissed. I follow on Twitter and other places a few folks that are part of the gays against trans or gays against pedophilia. Well, it's the same thing basically. And there's a lot of people that are what you would describe as traditional lesbians and traditional gays.
Right, that people are like, you're cis.
They're like, yeah, we kind of, we just wanted to be able to have the same kind of legal rights to pass our crap to our partner when we're dead, and
right.
to, just some parity with people that are straight. We never signed up for this shit.
Right.
This is like no pedophilia. The trans, that's a whole different thing. That is not a sexual preferences. That's a mental disorder.
Yes. Mutilating children is a mental disorder.
Yeah, there's a lot of mental disorders there. And it's a problem. And I think it's going to become the current LGBTQ is effectively already pushed out the G.
Yeah.
Because they don't like men. And gay men are men. And just because they're gay, they're not, that's not enough.
Well, yeah,
like if you're
news,
not trans, you're not a real like LGBTer.
Right. If you still look like a man, you got a problem.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. So
it's like there was, I think, if, again, this is not something that I was following ultra closely, but just from somebody who's living at this time, it seemed to me like we went through a phase where the overall consensus were people even like against gay weddings and stuff like that. Even Obama was when he first got elected. And then it seemed like there was this beautiful acceptance where it's like, hey, as long as you're not in my face, as long as, everybody should be able to do what they want as long as you're not hurting somebody else. And we got to a point that it seemed like everybody was in a good place. And then the trans thing came out and it's like, well, how did they hijack all of this stuff? And it's like, why aren't the gays and lesbians out here going, wait. I mean, I know you said there some are, but they should be like, wait, we don't want to be included in this group. Don't just add them onto our group. Just make them a separate group because it's not the same thing at all.
Yeah. There's a lot of conflation going on there.
And then it's like you get in this anger. Like there should not be anger against the gay community at this point. I mean, you should not be like, well, pride is not a bad thing. I mean, if people have your sexuality is your sexuality.
Well, I mean, technically it is one of the 7 sins.
Yeah, well, so is masturbating, right? I mean,
that's not a 7 sin.
What are these 7 sins?
They are what? Envy, pride.
Okay, well, gluttony. That kind of pride.
It's the same pride.
The same. It's I guess
literally the same pride.
So what you're saying is anybody that's
it's not a pride of lions, I'll tell you that.
Well, this is true, but it's like, okay, so. And that's an interesting thing because everybody's proud of something. I'm sure Taylor Swift very proud of her music. I'm sure, there's a lot of people that are proud of whatever skill they have. It's like, well, that's a sin. Well, okay. But I remember.
Well, no, having a skill is not a sin. Being prideful of that absolutely is.
Now, what is the definition of being prideful? Where does it go from? Where does it go from something that's good, that you're good at something, you're helping humanity, to I'm a little too proud? If Bill Gates gives $5 billion to charity and he's really prideful of that, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, it's not. I don't think it's a bad thing to give. Depends who you give to, obviously.
True, you don't want to give to the pride people. There,
technically, pride is considered the deadliest of all sins. It is the root of all evil.
Interesting.
And the pride is defined in this context as I'm reading obviously here is as a belief in one's own abilities that interfere with the individual's recognition of the grace of God.
See, well, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the problem with society as a whole. And even my wife, who is not an overtly religious person at all,
Mm-hmm.
has made comments like this is the problem with the failing of religion.
Mm-hmm.
Is that people believe that they are God now, that they are the center of the universe. And it's like, that's true.
You cannot transition to anything if you believe in God.
Because you are what you are.
Yeah, because you're literally doing the thing that Satan was kicked out of heaven for.
Oh, and this is why that they had to bring in the gay folk. There was I remember, I went to a all boys Catholic high school. Yay.
Of course you did. So you were very familiar with the gay folk.
Yeah. Had a few different, there were some more interesting classes because of the curriculum. And there was one, we did one semester on Leo Biscaglia's books.
Yeah.
And I remember we went, we had the retreat or whatever. And I remember a button that just said, God don't make junk.
Mm-hmm.
And the concept of that, pretty obvious, is that you are what you are, and that's what you were meant to be. So if you're gay, that's fine. You were meant to be that. But now, if you have to go and medically change your appearance, then you're not meant to be that because you're changing what God created. So it's an interesting, there's an interesting conundrum there for some of those folk.
I don't think there is any conundrum. I don't think most of these people give a shit about God.
Well, no, they don't. But if there's a judgment day, man.
Yeah, but that's just using fear. That's not a whole lot better.
But wait, isn't this what we need, though? This is the whole problem from these rampaging youths that are just destroying things, that the people that are walking into stores and just robbing them blind, the people that are just slamming people in the face on the subway.
Yeah.
Don't we need the fear of reprisal to keep that stuff from happening?
We could do that, but I'm not sure that totalitarianism is that much better.
Well, I don't think it has to be totalitarianism, but there has to be some kind of repercussion.
That's the only option.
Well, that would make sense for you, the Moscovite, to be the totalitarianism is the only thing.
Austenite. How many times I have to tell you? It starts with an A, not an M.
Oh, I thought it was Moscovite. That's Austenite.
It's Austenite. You keep mispronouncing it.
Moscovite, Austenite. Now there's a show title. The Austenite Moscovite.
It's not all that different from each other, I guess. But yeah, there's a problem that exists, and we need a culling, ultimately, is what needs to happen. And we've historically had these. We've had wars about every 50 years or so. And that cleans out the Utes.
Yeah, you got to get rid of the Ute.
Yeah, because the Utes, they don't last very long during a war.
Sorry about that.
That's how you clean out. Was that you bumping your microphone that you always accuse me of doing?
The earphone of my headphones hit the microphone when I...
And that's why you have a big ball on the microphone.
Right now it's not on there. You see, I'm almost injured myself because I don't got the big ball on the microphone.
If you don't have a big ball, how are you going to protect yourself there, Sparky?
Yeah, this is more than seatbelts in a car. You
might need to start wearing a helmet indoors.
Yeah, put the big foam ball on the microphone. Podcasting
all
is
those people
work.
That drew a picture of me wearing a helmet. How about you draw a picture of Darren wearing a helmet? That'd be better.
Podcasting is dangerous work.
There's the title for the snippet there, CSB. Podcasting is dangerous work with Darren wearing an idiot helmet to protect himself.
It is dangerous.
Yeah. God, I could almost draw that. Jesus.
Well, CSB, it's not like what he draws takes.
You see. Not everyone's got the artistic talent, though.
Right. That's why he goes to the AI and he tells it what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Just create this for me out of thin air. Go.
That's the best way to do it, frankly.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I file workman's comp? I can send that into the unrelenting court.
As long as you've been paying workers comp to the government every month.
Yeah, I mean,
prior to this. Yeah,
I pay a percentage of my income from Unrelenting.
yeah, you should.
I've sent 36 cents so far, so
Yeah, exactly.
I'm up to date.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, what can I tell you?
And then to get my
so I was thinking of shutting down the locals for Unrelenting. What do you think about that?
Is anybody using it?
No.
I still don't think it's a bad idea, but I don't know where the this concept. There's a lot of shows that use something like Discord, and I hate Discord with a passion.
A lot of people use Discord. I don't mind Discord. I'm on it all the time. Just I'm used to it from gaming shit.
Which makes sense because you're in that ecosystem. I like when you have some place to go to have a community, but I don't know if we're just at that point because you actually need people in the community. Otherwise, it seems like a ghost town.
It's very kind of, when the community's got crickets chirping, it tends to turn people off. That does the opposite effect. I think you always have to lead with not having a community. And then when it feels like everyone's asking you, why don't you have a Discord set up? That's when you set up the Discord and you're like, yeah, we're kind of behind the curve on this. Sorry, guys.
Right.
But you're doing it very purposefully because you know that until people start asking, like, why don't you, that having one would actually be negative.
Right, because then it seems like nobody's paying attention.
Wow, I thought a lot more people listened to you. I guess I was wrong.
Nobody listens to you. Damn it.
Chirp, chirp, chirp.
I saw a video while riding a bike the other day of a guy.
That's the best place to watch videos while you're riding a bike. Wear a helmet.
You get your, in case I fall off the bike. You get your sweat on. But there was a very white, slightly southern sounding guy driving through Gary, Indiana and doing like a video about the city. And I'm like, this is interesting. And I mean, just one, it's sad to see something as close to where
How many times he gets shot?
This was it. There was an old church which was built originally in like 1910 or something that is, nearly falling down. And he gets out and he's like walking through this. And I'm just waiting for somebody to like jump out and beat the crap out of him or roll him. He said he hadn't really seen any homeless around Gary. Of course, this was a couple of months ago when it was in the 40s. So maybe you were a little bit safer, but it is on the list of town. I mean, homicides per 100,000 in Gary is within like the top 3, I believe, cities in the United States. So a very dangerous place to just be a white guy driving slowly around in your Bronco with a camera.
That'd be like a black dude driving Harrison, Arkansas with a camera.
Would be a bad idea.
It's considered America's most racist town.
I did not know that. Down in
Harrison,
Arkansas?
Arkansas?
No.
Everybody knows that.
I'd never been to Arkansas.
Got a 0.06 black population.
Damn. Now, Gary, I think what he said was like 86% black and like 10% Hispanic.
Exactly. Yep.
But the amount
I've never been there. I was told not to go.
Yeah, you do not. There were a couple of very nice streets, older houses. There's a bunch of houses. I forget who designed these things, but they were concrete one-pour houses, which is a very interesting concept that you basically have like
bricks.
They're concrete. So they actually came in and poured the concrete like into a mold. And that gives you the base and everything of the house, the exterior. It's just concrete.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of wild.
They're making those here in Austin now.
Well, that would make sense because it's kind of like the old terracotta homes, right? I mean, it's good for insulation, which is something.
Yeah, have you not watched? I recommend everybody watch a video. Just go to YouTube and look for Austin 3D printed homes.
And you can buy one from Sir Gene.
Yeah, no, they're for sale. Yeah, I got a website. Hold on, let me find the website.
You have a one of those affiliate things?
Yeah, no, I gotta wait for you to buy one of these. They're actually not cheap. I think these are in the 500,000 range.
which is
But
it's the
it's really
Edison.
cool to watch. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not that expensive, relatively speaking, but it's cool to watch these things being made, because what it is basically a really big concrete. What do you call those things? Like it's a truck that shows up at your house and unfolds, and then it can pour concrete by bending its pipes around.
Yeah, and then it kind of fills it all up.
You know what I'm talking about. So it's that kind of concept, but hooked up to a computer-controlled robot. And what this thing does looks like a really fat-ass 3D printer. And it's just kind of moving. I'm not sure how fast it moves. Maybe a few inches per second. So it's, decent speed. And then just kind of puts down maybe a 2-inch layer of concrete. And it just goes around and around and around and around and around, and then builds up the house all the way to full height. And the walls are really well insulated. They do a triple wall on the outside. So you've got the outside exterior wall, then you have an air gap, and then you have the middle wall, and then you have an air gap, and then you have the inside wall. So
bet you that's
pretty
great
cool
for sound dampening too.
I think concrete does reflect sound pretty good. So
Keep
I'm not
all
sure
the
about
bad
that.
stuff out.
It's probably good for sound isolation, not dampening, though.
Just look up the Edison concept houses in Gary. Interesting stuff.
Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, I'll check it out.
It's like, this is, you look at some of the things, and this is done in the early 1900s, and you're like, yeah, they were maybe ahead of their time.
I think a lot of things that were really cool in the turn of the previous century. Remember, there was 2 events that kind of stifled things a little bit. One was the Great Depression, and the second one was World War II.
They used to make things a little different.
Yeah. I mean, they invented cars back then, too.
No way. But electric cars? Well, actually, the first cars were electric.
They invented electric cars, exactly.
Oh. We're just going full circle.
Yeah, until Mercedes popularized the gasoline, actually probably diesel engine.
Well, that's when they were giving
Daimler did diesel. Mercedes was doing gasoline.
Mercedes was too busy giving Hitler all his vehicles.
No, you're thinking of Volkswagen.
No, Mercedes.
Oh, I think you're thinking of Volkswagen.
No, Mercedes.
Yeah, I don't think you're thinking Mercedes, though.
I'm telling you, that is one of the reasons why a lot of people still hate Mercedes today.
Nobody I know hates Mercedes. In fact, most people like them enough to drive them.
Mercedes and the Third Reich. Look it up.
Well, I would recommend you look up Volkswagen and the Third Reich.
I mean, they probably both did, too. I'm not familiar with the Volkswageners.
Hitler literally designed the VW Beetle.
Well, that's why everybody loves them so much, isn't it?
I know. Well, the hippies in California love them.
Well, is California reality, though, at this point? Really?
Well, our next president's probably going to be from there.
No, you think it's going to be Newsom?
That's a good chance. Good chance
run.
That's going to happen.
We need to secede from this union as quickly as we possibly can.
Yeah, or just kick them out.
It is not good. I know there was a brand new commercial. San Francisco just paid, it was $5 or $6 million for a new commercial. And it's hilarious. I mean, it's all like, oh, it's so beautiful and clean, and there's like gay people in wheelchairs dancing. I mean, it's everything you expect a California, San Francisco commercial to be, with the most horrible music you've ever heard in your life. I don't know if I can even see if we can find this out here, but it's like, okay, so you're spending, because the business that they do with the conventions, down 80-something% in San Francisco. Go figure. Like, wait, people don't want to come to your city? And
why would anyone want to come to San Francisco? It's a shithole.
But that's what, hence the commercial. It's like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Let's see. Now the ABC Bay Area is covering it. There's reactions. Where can I just? There's a lot of people talking about it, and I'm not seeing the actual just commercial. You think they would have posted it on the tubes?
Mm-hmm.
That would have made sense. But no. Where is this commercial available? And where do you run this commercial?
For what?
For
Hitler?
San Francisco.
I mean, Mercedes?
Yeah, no, not Mercedes.
I'm sorry, I was thinking Mercedes. What are we talking about?
The commercial for, let's see here.
For Gavin Newsom?
For San Francisco. It's a brand new commercial, which is just hilarious.
Okay.
But I'm not seeing the, you need to hear it. Because it's, here's part of it. Let's see. We could just grab this here. It's the beauty of the internet. You can grab things at any time, any shape. It's like, but where are you going to run the commercial that's like, come to San Francisco? Where do you run this that people are going to be like, oh, yeah.
New York.
You think people in New York are going to be like, oh yeah, I want to get in on this. I want to get I want to get myself down to San Francisco so I can
probably.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
I don't know.
I guess you're right. You never know because people are
crazy.
Yeah, insane is more the case when you look at the reality. I mean, I guess if they can fake you into showing up, then you're kind of screwed. Because
so let me ask you a question. You occasionally have a gun, right?
Yeah, I've got a few.
Okay. And you're aware that the ATF is making about half the country felons right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
there's a number of lawsuits related to that. And a bunch of these small, meaning not NRA size, but smaller gun groups seem to be getting injunctions put in place, which also seems to make you not a felon, at least temporarily.
Yeah, that's gone through Illinois a couple of times already. They brought it, and then they went against it. Then they went up to another court who put it in, and then it's kind of where we're sitting right now.
I'm just curious from the folks that are consuming the podcast here, if you've got any pistols with a pistol brace, if you are concerned about it, if you've disassembled it, or if you're a member of any of these organizations that have injunctions in place, which would make you part of the excluded group. Well, because I've joined 3 different gun groups in the last month for this reason.
Well, from what I understand, you, at least here in Illinois, from the laws that they passed, you are grandfathered in on things like the larger capacity magazines, but you have until the end of this year to register said magazines with the government. So
that sounds horribly illegal.
Yes.
But that's also a state thing. I'm talking about the ATF.
What is the federal? I have not seen anything on a federal. I know there's different states.
Pistol brace ban just kicked into effect yesterday.
Which ban?
Pistol brace.
Which is what? Just something added onto the pistol to put like against your shoulder?
Yeah, okay, you should look it up. So a pistol brace is essentially something that you can put on the back of a gun, used to be able to, of a pistol, to help stabilize the weapon when shooting one-handed, particularly invented for use by wounded people or whatever, anybody that has problems using both their hands.
Ah, yeah, I see this. I would never have one, but I see what this is here.
And about 60 million people have bought these things because even if you have 2 hands, it does resemble a different kind of piece of equipment than the back of a gun, and it can also be utilized for that.
And you're like, I got two hands, I got two guns.
Well, you're missing the point. You can see by looking at that photo that it sort of resembles a stock.
It does make it look more like a rifle, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So the ATF is saying, well, if you've and they've been okay with these things for like a decade. Now all of a sudden they're banging them because they say that, well, you're just converting your gun to a short barreled rifle if you have one of those on there on your pistol.
You're like, but it shoots just the same. This is for holding it.
It is, exactly. But they're like, well, we don't care. It looks like a rifle, and therefore it's a rifle.
Well, they are so afraid of the way things look.
It's the color black, and therefore it should be banned.
And the people that are like, oh, no, I understand why my favorite people are, we got to get rid of the AR-15s, but I understand why hunters should have guns. It's like, it's the same gun.
Mm-hmm.
Same damn gun.
Well, an AR-15 is the preferred gun for shooting groundhogs and, critters that basically ruin your gardens.
Yeah, same damn gun.
Yeah.
It's nothing about the functionality of the gun is different. It is all cosmetic, but people don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a 22 caliber round. That's the other part that's so hilarious is they're talking about these evil military rifles. It's a 22 caliber bullet, dude.
Are we sending any 22 rifles to Zelensky? Is that what we're sending?
Oh yeah. Tons.
Because I could see Vlad's guys would be like, not even a real gun.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, the reason that there's two main reasons that the American military uses the 5.56 or the 223 round. One of them is that it's a smaller round, which means you can carry more ammo in the same weight capacity. So, idea being the enemy is going to run out of ammo before you do because their ammo weighs more.
It's always good to have maximum wads of ammo.
Wads of ammo. That's Darren O'Neill right there. You can email him.
That's Uncle Ted said that.
And wads of ammo. Okay.
Yeah, maximum wads of ammo.
Yeah. Yeah, he might be getting a wee bit too old these days.
No, this was years ago.
He might be smoking a little too much weed.
He's never been on drugs.
He might be drinking a little too much booze.
He's never been a drinker. He didn't start with wine until he was in his
just
60s.
A wee bit of retardation in the family.
Well, see, that I can't say one way or the other.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, the other reason, which became apparent in Vietnam, is that the smaller round tends to kill less. And you think, well, why would you not want to kill somebody if you're at war? If the military weapon, after all, right? Because if you kill a guy, it takes one guy out of the battle. If you wound a guy, it takes 2 or 3 guys out of the battle to carry him back to get to the nursing station. So your preference from a purely tactical standpoint is to not kill people, but to create a whole bunch of people with wounds.
Cocked, locked, and ready to rock, Doc.
Okay, that was non sequitur.
I was looking for the other maximum wads of ammo.
I
thought that was it, but it's not.
That's not it. So that's kind of the deal. Is the smaller round has a higher likelihood to not kill, and you can carry more rounds with them. So, it's kind of the opposite strategy of what was used during World War I, which is we want to kill as many people as possible. And hence things like chlorine gas and mustard gas were used because they're very indiscriminate, cover large areas, and kill everybody.
Maybe you like this one.
Out of ammo? What are you, from the Bay Area? Come on.
Again, not really funny, but, you're trying.
But here's the Bay Area commercial for you.
Mm-hmm.
Here I come, ready, hey, San Francisco. Right when I arrive,
It's
Did they say Gay Francisco?
maybe.
Because I heard Gay Francisco when they were doing that.
Maybe. Let me see. I need to find the whole thing just on its own. This is part of a news coverage.
Here I come. Ready? Hey! San Francisco.
Here I
Yeah,
come.
Gay Francisco. That's what it is.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, at least that would be leaning into the into the whole thing they got going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. That's where $6 million goes, but you got tent cities. It was great when you see the video. I mean, San Francisco is a spotless place, no homeless in sight. Like, then you go look at the current pictures of what's going on there. Like, seems like you might be able to get them for false advertising. Little bait and switch. Where's the come
So
to
let's
the
see. Let's look at the
homeless
schedule of
encampments?
gay pride events in San Francisco for the month.
Is there one every day?
Yep.
That would be
Pretty much.
about the you can't get enough gay pride in San Francisco.
Uh-huh.
And again, the trans community ruined it for all you folks.
They did. I mean, it kind of started before then, but they definitely finished it.
Like, why did you allow yourselves to be part of that? Just like, because we're different. I mean, I don't understand why everybody that's different thinks they should band together, because there's going to be some assholes in your group.
You know, that is historically the way people band together. You know that, right?
Yeah. And when
Like,
is it?
hey, we're not like the majority of people. Fuck them. We go do our thing.
Until it doesn't work out.
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of been like typical.
I'm not here to sell any spaceships.
Yeah, I know, right? Are you here for the SF Pink Pride Party?
No, I don't think they would.
June 23rd
want
at
me
10
around.
p.m.
No.
Okay. Yeah, San Francisco time.
Everybody wants to get down in San Francisco.
Oh, they got the Barracuda Pride 2023.
What is
9
Barracuda
p.m.
Pride?
at Public Works SF.
What am I missing? What's
Barracuda spelled BEAR.
Oh,
Barracuda.
so this is why you're on that mailing list. I get it.
Well, you can't help it. Sometimes when you got a beard, you get on mailing lists you don't want to be on.
Yeah, they're like, let us send you some bear beard quality products to take care of your
beard.
bear beard.
Mhm.
I'm going into a Primus thing there.
Oh, that's a
the big brown beef.
flashback from the past there.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing wrong with a little Primus.
They had funny videos with the plastic characters.
And now there's real people that look like plastic characters.
Are you going to come together
come
spelled CUM?
right now over me?
On June 25th at 6 p.m. in Power Exchange, San Francisco?
No. I mean, if I won't go to a
Okay.
Taylor Swift concert, do you think
Just
I'm going
checking,
to anything else?
I just hear you're coming to San Francisco. So,
No, I'm not coming to San Francisco.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I would sooner come to Austin
Mm-hmm.
than to San Francisco.
You're not going to Afterglow Pride in 2023 and June 24th? at 10
No, I
p.m.?
am not. But CSB might be going to that one.
No, CSB is not going. I can guarantee you that.
He likes the trance music. They're probably playing trance music at all these things.
Everybody likes trance music.
Yeah. You got to get that BPM way up.
You got to love that bass that you can still feel in your car outside of the building in the parking lot, and you have that.
Yes, it carries.
It's muted, you see, because I put the ball back on the microphone.
You got to have the ball. We've learned for
Yeah.
safety's sake.
For safety's sake, you got to have the ball.
Podcasting without a ball.
Safety comes first.
You have to be careful.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds better without the ball, but safety
Oh my
is
God.
important.
You going to Queer Prom 2023?
No,
Hosted by Peaches Christ.
nobody invited me.
No, it's at the chapel at 8 p.m.
The Los Angeles Dodgers in a little bit of hot water.
Mm.
And then, of course, it was the State Senate of California, I believe, that
Mhm.
decided they wanted to honor a hate group, which was the Sisters.
What?
Yeah. It's like the Sisters of Perpetual something or other. That's this group that
Sounds
has,
like a Catholic church
well,
thing.
that was what they're trying to be like. But they go in and dressed in drag, and they've gone into churches during service, and they have
Mhm.
desecrated the sacrament, and they have like a Jesus and Mary striptease on a cross thing going. So they're blasphemers.
Jesus and Mary.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And the Los Angeles Dodgers decided they were going to honor them at their LGBT night, which again, if I'm LGB, I'm like, fuck this. Don't put us in the group with these fucking people.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the Dodgers said no. And then the Dodgers caved. And then the Dodgers added a Christian night because Clayton Kershaw, who is the number one guy on that team pretty much still, is a Catholic Christian. And he's like, this is not right. But when the Dodgers decided that for that brief moment that they weren't going to honor this group, the state Senate of California decided they would. And it's like, okay,
Really?
yeah. I mean, this is pretty much like a state Senate coming out and going, we love the Proud Boys. Can you imagine? I mean, let's just get another.
I mean, I could,
Yeah.
but
Probably not going to happen. It's like
Yeah,
a state
probably
Senate coming
not.
out saying we love the KKK. It's like, if you're anti-Muslim, they shut you down. If you're anti-anything woke, they shut you down. But if you're anti-Catholic or Christian at this point, man, people seem to love that. You don't get shut down.
Mm-hmm.
It's a strange place we are right now in our history. People that are preaching anti-hate are the ones hating. Go figure.
There's a lot of that going on for sure. But I don't know if that's all that unusual. I think a lot of people have espoused messages that are literally the opposite of what they are doing.
Oh, there's no question about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's always, say one thing and do another.
Yeah.
That's not a surprise.
Yeah, do what I say, not what I do.
Yeah.
Isn't that the saying?
Do what
Oh my
I
God.
say, not what I do. That was usually your
Yeah.
parents when they're like, don't smoke while they smoked 14 packs a day. Don't drink
Yeah.
while they're doing the drinking.
Yep. Hey, I made $8.98 from book sales last month on Amazon.
Wait, you write books?
I do.
Which is one book sold? What is that?
Mostly softcore adult themed fiction for women.
Oh, well, doesn't everybody
Yeah.
write that?
I think so.
I've made money doing that.
Everybody that makes money doing that.
I think that's where you want to be.
Yeah. Easy money. I got a whole $8.98 last month.
Well, now that the AI can help you write stuff, you can pump out a book a week with that stuff.
Shh.
Yeah. No, Dixie on the.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, moving on to topics that are interesting.
Hey, I thought we were the AI show.
Yeah, no. Well, we were the Taylor Swift show for the first half. Jesus Christ, dude.
Man, I love me some
The
T
overload
Swizzle.
of Taylor Swift. Yeah, everybody knows that. No one cares.
T Swizzle is the best. I don't know why she jumped right back into a relationship when I keep telling her, hey, I'm on the market.
She's in the relationship. Oh, no, never mind. I'm not going to ask. I don't care.
I'm on the
I
market.
really don't care if she's in a relationship.
But speaking of money, why don't
Does not affect me.
we thank our donors for today?
Do we have one?
Yeah, our buddy Dale from Down Under again,
Oh, nice.
coming in with another 103.48.
Wow, that's impressive. Now, is that a dollarettes or is that actual dollars?
This is American money. I don't know how that transfers.
Holy shit, that's like 500 Australian.
Is it?
Yeah.
Now, I noticed the other day, and I know this is bringing it right back to Taylor Swift, but one of the 2 album sets that I want that you can't get.
Happens to be that much.
It popped up on the Australian Taylor Swift site, and then it was gone really quick, but they would only ship to Australia.
To Australia. So you're going to try and get this guy to order you albums.
Right. So Dale, I might be getting into, if that pops up again, I'll just need I'll pay for it. I'll just need to send it to your address and then give you shipping to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it works great. You order the album, you buy it, you pay for it, you ship it to Darren, and then you don't have to make a donation.
That's even better. And then I'd be like, that's it. No, Gene. Not
And then Darren sends me the equivalent of that because I don't care about
That's
Taylor
where the
Swift
system breaks
merchandise.
down. The equivalent.
Yes, that's the way it breaks down, right?
He says, hope all is well. He says, poor old Sir Gene can't even get his birthday off working.
I know.
Ha!
It's true. I forgot to do that.
He says,
I mean, honestly, it's I can't bitch too much. I've had plenty of days this year that I haven't worked, so I'm happy to be working when I have stuff to do.
he says, Uncle Vlad had a mission and Sir Gene got it done. Tara Reid in Russia. He says, ladies, if Sir Gene is wooing you, a 2-bedroom flat in Moscow is in your future. So beware, Sir Gene.
We have 3-bedroom flats in Moscow, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you've upgraded. I mean, so some get an upgraded.
Well, I didn't say I had one. I'm just saying we collectively, as people, as human beings, have 3-bedroom suites.
Gene's got his own building somewhere out there on the outskirts of Moscow where he keeps
Not
his
in Moscow.
harem. No, he's not in Moscow. Where are you at? In
I'm in Austin. How many times do I have to tell you this?
Austin. Is that Austin, Russia? Is there an? I don't.
Yes, Austin, Russia.
Where is that at? I'm not familiar with this town.
Yes, it's in central Texas, Russia.
Oh well, Texas, Russia is my favorite part.
Uh-huh.
They have the best.
Are you
food.
a fan of the Tara Reids?
The Tara Reids or the Tara Reids?
Yes. Are you a fan?
I don't know. I mean, I believe that it was Joe Biden and his ilk that told us that all women must be believed, and then not if you're saying anything against.
She was in American Pie.
Right. That's Tara Reid. That's a different person, but okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And our buddy.
Checking.
But thank you, Dale. We appreciate that. Our buddy Kevin Seifert coming in with his monthly $5.
Yeah, I
I'm
wish
telling
you
you.
forgot about. Thanks, dude.
And our buddy Dale, though, I mean, he's at total now of over 300. So he
Holy shit.
he will be qualifying for that dinner.
For the
but,
Chicago dinner?
yeah, but he's in Australia. So, I mean, it might be cheaper for him just to fly us to Australia.
I mean, we'll buy dinner, but not airline tickets.
right. There you go. We have a very,
And lately, frankly, I think this dinner is going to be not in Chicago, too. That's the other thing.
and
Maybe in San Francisco. I just got a jingle in my head. for some
yeah,
reason.
we got to go to San Fran. That's where you get the best time. Now, CSB sent us 5,015 sats. So
Yeah,
like
it
a buck.
feels a little light. It's a little light here, CSV.
And it looks like just like Russian spell. All I got in Get Albi is XY backwards N and then BO backwards NHE. I don't know what that is supposed to mean. It's very weird.
Backwards N.
Yeah, there's like Russian spelling.
Well, why don't you send me a copy of what it looks like, and then I'll see if it's actually Russian.
Oh, that would make sense. We
I mean,
have
that'd be amazing that you might have somebody the
the
that could tell you if it's
technology.
Russian or not.
Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, it's CSB, so it could be any crazy thing going on.
Yeah. Well,
But this is
Yeah.
what I just sent you is what Get Albi has for me. I thought there was another message that came up earlier when it was on the boost box. So
it's actually Ukrainian,
is it?
Yeah.
What is there a
And-
secret encoded
and
message?
it's basically Ukrainian for fuck war.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, that would make sense.
Uh-huh.
That does sound like something that CSB would send.
So it's not technically pro-Ukrainian or anything. And it would be actually the same thing in Russian. Although I've seen that on Ukrainian logos more than I have on anything on Russia. But it's basically the standard kind of peace snake fuck war messaging.
That would make sense. And BoostBot is
Mhm.
not active, so I can't look that up. There's no good way to find all these messages easily.
So
and
what did you
quickly.
say the automated translation said?
I didn't do an automated translation.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
so
I could.
How did you say this was like an X with a Y and then in backwards
and
N?
then BONHE.
D.
I don't know. I mean, I don't speak Ukrainian,
I know. It is funny.
but you're right. I put that into Google and it says exactly fuck war.
Yeah. That's,
So thank you, CSB, for your contribution to Unrelenting.
Yes,
You are a
yes.
long way from a free meal in Chicago.
a very long way from a free meal, but
So keep on
But-
boosting.
maybe closer to a free meal in San Francisco.
Right. Right. We can.
Now, so did you work out your beef with CSB or what happened there?
Yeah. Well, I just ignored everything after that.
I see.
I
That's
always.
how you get past your beef.
I threatened thermonuclear war. And
What, banning somebody from
Right.
chat?
right.
Oh my God. You wouldn't use that against
I
somebody.
had to do that to Gene years ago.
And it's permanent.
Gene and I did not even start talking until I banned him.
That's true. Because you mostly ignored my Twitter messages to you.
I
Is why
ignore
we didn't
everything.
start talking.
I get texts and I ignore them.
Mhm.
I get signal messages and I ignore them. It's 'cause
Mhm.
usually you're messaging me at like 3 a.m. and by the time morning rolls around, I'm like, this is probably expired by now. Do you ever
should be
sleep?
clicking on it right away.
Right. I should be waking up. I will say, because
Mhm.
all roads lead back to Taylor Swift.
Oh my God.
My buddy Void Zero helped me set up a Docker with a GitHub project that will monitor
Mhm.
websites for any changes. And if there's a change in a website, it will alert you. So I now
Mhm.
have that on the Taylor merch website.
Okay.
I will get an alert if anything changes on that website.
So got it. So it's checking to see if there's any change whatsoever.
Correct. Now you can do it on individual pages for any
Mhm.
website. So if there are items like your, these limited edition Adidas tracksuits that you like. So if the page is showing as, coming soon or currently out of stock,
Yeah.
if that changes to it's now ready to be bought.
Adidas is definitely feeling the pinch from not selling in Russia.
Really, they have dropped down massively.
No, they're running 74% off sales on Adidas tracksuits right now.
Okay, well, how many did you buy with your
3.
well, let's see, white, yellow, and
I have
red?
a lot already, so I'm running out of colors to buy.
Well, how many different colors do they make those things in?
About 40.
Wow. That's a lot of tracksuits.
Yeah, I've got about 20.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, but I've got some. I mean, they're not technically limited edition, but they're football team, like European football team branded.
Let's see here. Let's see. CSB said he sent 2 boostergrams. Oh,
You missed one.
I didn't see it in Get Albie. Let me look
Mm-hmm.
again. This is where the technology is still not up to par, CSB. You know this. You know we're living in a world where some boostergrams sometimes go away. I thought I saw something come up earlier, though, but on Albie, that's all I got. Otherwise, it's Sir Nubbin from yesterday is the next one.
Hmm.
I've only got one. That's a little bizarre. But this is, and I know it. I know I saw something pop up on from the must have been the Boo Spot in the troll room. But this is when things are happening. CSB live, you never know. Things can get lost. Just send really big boosts.
Yeah, really big boosts never get lost. The smaller ones, they get lost a lot.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the system has a certain built-in functionality there.
It probably does. Okay, now there was another one that came in. The Boo Spot had it 5015, and it says, craving AI insights? Join us at AI.cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just learn AI, cook it. What does that mean, CSB? You can't really cook it.
I mean, yeah, you'd need to send another one with a clarification of what you meant there.
Yes. But see, now that's weird because it showed up on the Boo Spot in the troll room, but it did not show up in Albie. So I probably never got it.
Yeah, you probably never got it, so you shouldn't say it.
Right. We should we'll edit that right out.
Yeah, we'll edit that out so it doesn't get a free promo just for nothing.
We have to raise our ad rate, CSB. I mean, everything's going up. A
Yeah,
dozen
that's
eggs
true.
cost like $2.
It is going up.
Yeah.
$2. Yeah, what the hell? You kidding? You mean $12?
Well, for organic,
Yeah. What kind do you eat?
just whatever, the cheapest possible garbage I can find.
Yeah, you gotta have the certified organic grass-fed eggs.
I cracked one the other day that just
Yeah.
did not look right, and I had to throw the other ones out. Yeah, I guess you should always
Ooh.
crack them into an individual bowl. But I really,
No, nobody ever does that.
I know because it makes.
What do you
another
mean
bowl
by it
dirty.
didn't look right? Was it black,
It was
green?
No, it was a very weird orangish red, unlike anything I've ever seen in egg. So it wasn't like just a slight variation in the yolk, because that, can be anywhere from light yellow to like an orangish. And it was like even the normal white of the egg was discolored. It was odd. It was definitely odd.
Yeah. Did you get your money back from the store?
Yeah, I was like, hey, this one egg was bad, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they would probably give it back because that's
No, they just refund you the whole package.
oh, there's no question. And I'm
So
sure
did you?
they can tell. The other day we had our I had like 1.5 pounds of like roast beef that was supposed to be in the order. It wasn't there. I
Oh yeah.
messaged them and they took, here's a coupon. Is that, well, they asked, we can refund you or
Coupon.
just give a coupon for your next in your account. So it'll take the $15.50 off your next order, which we order every
$15.50
week.
So that's a pound. So it's $15.50 a pound.
It was like a little over a pound, maybe 1.25 pounds. It was on sale for like $11.99 or something for the roast
For
beef.
roast
It was like
beef.
lunch meat. Yeah. It was deli thing, sliced deli meats where they take the big
Interesting.
thing and they slice that stuff up. It was their brand, which I was normally
So let me,
doing.
while we're doing this segment of the show that's food related, let me look up the price in my store.
Yeah, you want to see what and you're getting hungry.
Yeah. What the Austin price is.
The I had
roast
been doing the Dietz and Watson, which I love the Dietz and Watson meats. They have really good.
All right.
Lunch
Roast beef is $16.63 a pound.
That's expensive. What brand though?
Boar's Head.
The Boar's Head. See, the Boar's Head's decent. That's like right up there with Dietz and Watson. I don't like most of the new Meyer store brand, which is Fredericks, is right up there.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's a little, obviously the store brand means it'll be a little cheaper and the quality seems to be there. Let's see. Do they do Boar's Head? I don't know if I have Boar's Head.
Yeah, Boar's Head is kind of the standard that everybody here carries.
Down there in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Yeah, they don't have Boar's Head here,
No.
but they're Meyer, Fredericks by Meyer, which is a pretty decent brand, on sale for $11.99. It's $12.99 normally.
Mm.
The Dietz and Watson London broil roast beef, which is to die for, $13.99 a pound. But here's the thing. I remember going,
To Arby's.
to Arby's, which Arby's used to be delicious, man, especially if you got some of the horsey sauce. Oh, dude.
Oh, the sauce was awesome. I remember that sauce, man.
That was really the only reason you went. It
Yeah.
was, you could load up whatever you bought with the horsey sauce, including the fries. Oh,
Yep.
The horseradish sauce was so good.
It was.
But I remember buying this, like the London broil,
Mhm.
right before Joey became president, is about the time point, for $7.99 a pound on sale, and now it's $14.
$6.23 a pound here.
Damn. So it's
Apparently, that's the one cut of meat nobody eats here.
you're like, why? It's beef, man. Come on.
HEB London broil top round.
You are it's plentiful in Texas. You got a lot of red meat.
$6.23 a pound.
You
Yeah.
got lots of red meat going there.
Well, so in Chicago, it's where all the slaughterhouses are.
True. Well, that's my parents grew up in the back of the yards there when they used to do that here.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I figured it must have been Memorial Day. They must have brought in way too much ground beef, because I bought two, and they were about a little over a pound each of just the ground beef for $2.99 a pound. So I figured it was we ordered a lot for Memorial Day and now we got to sell it.
Ground beef, $6.54 a pound.
Damn, see? I've been making some sloppy joes with some the manwich like he grew up with, not so good, but this is some Italian company makes sloppy joe sauce. It's in a glass jar, so you know it must be good.
Must be good.
It's
Now,
delightful.
which style of ground beef, if it's pre-ground at the store, if you don't grind it yourself, what style do you get? Do you get the 80%, the 90%, the 95%? What do you get?
I usually go 80-20, and it depends on what's
You
on
get the cheap
sale.
shit.
Because
Okay.
there's a difference between ground beef, and then you got ground sirloin, and then you got ground round. I just usually like to see what's in the
Yeah, I like the ground sirloin. It's pretty good. It's a little higher. It's at least minimum of 90.
Well, when you're making it into the sloppy joes, a little extra of the fat, you're just gonna let that drip off anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a little
But
too dry. If
The one that I really actually like isn't ground beef. It's ground bison.
Oh, ground bison is awesome.
Mhm.
That was the one reason to go to Costco. They had ground bison. That was pretty
Oh, they
decent.
do. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I didn't
I
look
used,
this
I
last
used to
time.
be in Costco all the time, and then I just, I started realizing a few years after getting divorced that
This price, the
I
sizes
throw
were a
way
little
too
big.
much shit away when I buy stuff at Costco.
Oh, without a
The
doubt.
portions are way too big. So if you're gonna buy like burgers, you go to a normal store, you buy a 4-pack of burgers. They're like quarter pound each, or
Right.
whatever, third of a pound each.
Costco, 4,000
I mean,
patties.
Yeah, Costco, you go there, 12 patties, minimum packaging.
They were like
Okay.
3 pounds.
So my
apiece.
choices are either freeze half of them, which defeats the point of buying ones that aren't frozen,
Right.
or keep them in the fridge and then throw the last 4 of them away. Maybe
make-
even half.
Make some friends. Invite them over.
Not for burgers.
Grill out on the
No.
you know,
And I honestly, here's the thing,
you don't like
where I
people-
live in Austin, all my friends have left.
Well, if you notice, this might be a reason behind this.
Everybody that I knew in Austin no longer lives in Austin. They either live way the fuck in the burbs on the outskirts, or they've just left like Adam has and moved to a different city.
I'm not
So
saying
I'm the only holdout here.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that's why they moved, but now if you move to
Mhm.
if you move down Adams Street and he's moving somewhere else in 6
Mhm.
months, you'll know.
It might be him, not me.
He's like now it's another 50-15 from CSB saying thank you in Polish. So
Oh, what did you say, Dziękuję?
the Kurwa, Kurwa.
I'm sure. Oh, Kurwa. Okay. What's Dziękuję? Oh, that's a greeting. See, my Polish is horrible.
I don't know. I know so very little.
Ah.
But that one came through onto Get Albie, so that's good. I don't know why.
Okay.
The other one must have failed.
Hmm.
But that happens.
The networks are not fully 100% guaranteed.
No.
In fact, if you are on the Bitcoin network, which all of us are, it explicitly says this is for test purposes only. Do not trust this for any real amounts of money.
Yet a lot of people are.
Well, of course. I mean, all of podcasting 2.0 is built on top of it. But that is, I remember chuckling when I read that. It's like, yeah, it's a work in progress. It's subject to failure. There's no guarantees, and they advise you not to use real money.
That's called covering their ass.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that Cardano was way down again. Bitcoin has done pretty well.
Yeah, Bitcoin's, 27?
Yeah, I kept waiting for Cardano to bounce back. I should have moved
I don't know
everything
why.
I
That's
lost.
such a junk thing.
I know, but it was showing promise, but not so much anymore.
Hmm.
It's the way it works. You bet a little bit here, you bet a little bit there.
Oh, look at this. Beyond Beef, $5.50 for a pound.
It's not real. It's garbage.
It's cheap, though.
Right, because it's not meat. It's beyond beef.
Yeah, but it used to be more expensive than meat. Now it's cheaper than meat.
Well, yeah, because they thought if it was really expensive, people would think it was a luxury item, and then they tasted it and went, "Huh."
Oh, fully cooked burgers, $11.
You can just walk into a restaurant and get that,
Well, but these are, they're refrigerated, so you can warm them up.
And nobody does that correctly, though. That's the problem with most of that. Because
I just put it in my hot air fryer if I did that.
Well, yeah, you got to do it quickly.
Yeah, fully cooked bacon cheeseburger, $11.
I can see Gina is getting ready for lunch.
I think I need to order some food here. Is what it's sounding like, because this conversation's starting to get me a little hungry.
We're talking bacon cheeseburgers. We're talking deep dish pizza versus New York style.
Here,
There's
I'm
New
just
York style. There's Chicago style. There's
There you
Detroit
go. I'm going to let you
style.
order my food. You can use that link and order some food for me.
We got the then there's barbecue. So many different styles.
Mm-hmm.
So many different styles.
Ground venison, $11.43 a pound.
Get a little ground lamb. Make some shepherd's
Actually, that's
pie.
not even a pound. Jesus.
Bacon
Yeah, it's like-
cheeseburgers at Aldi, says Blitz. Yeah, Aldi has some good stuff.
Aldi and good should not be in the same sentence.
There's some good stuff at Aldi. Come on.
It's borderline welfare food.
Damn. I do not agree.
Well, now we know something about you.
The beautiful thing about Aldi is I can
You're a
go in there
podcaster.
and get their brand of the.
Oh, but first put a quarter in so you don't steal the cart.
Well, that I find to be funny.
It's fucking welfare food.
It's just to keep people from leaving the cart in the middle of the
Yeah,
thing.
it's
'cause they're
amazing
so
how
worried
people in other
about a
stores don't
quarter.
steal carts.
It's not about stealing the cart. It's about returning them because they don't want to pay somebody to go into the
Exactly.
and wrangle them.
Cheap fuckers.
But on the other side of that, I can't stand it. Like Costco, there's always like a cart that's slamming into your car because some fucktard doesn't know how to put
Don't
it
park
into
there.
the caddy.
Don't park there.
Well, then how do you shop there? Where do you park?
No, don't park next to where the cart's going to be.
There's no place safe from the carts.
Sure there is. You just have to look around a little more.
You look around, just like go to the farthest corner where nobody is. That might work, but it's a little more inconvenient. The DigiGuru says the Nazis at Aldi don't sell rye bread. I mean, that's
What? That'd be like the only good thing that they would sell. I actually
like,
do buy the German rye bread. I have to confess that is a Nazi thing I do consume.
Oh, now we hear from G.
Yes. I know technically they've stopped all the exports of that, but I still have a supplier.
God,
So
Brad
I
G.
get the Muesli rye bread, and if you've had it, you know what I'm talking about.
I have not.
Yeah, I don't mean you. I mean people listening.
I like that. I like the Pringle style of potato chip.
That
And
is so not muesli garlic bread.
I know, but I'm just saying this is why I go to Aldi, because any of the flavored Pringles that you'll find it under the Pringles brand at any other store, loaded up with MSG.
Mm-hmm.
Aldi
You don't
makes
like MSG?
their own brand. It gives me like an instant migraine where I see flashing lights and all that kind of
Really?
stuff. Yeah.
I kind of enjoy MSG.
Well, you're weird. We're wired differently.
No,
We
I'm
know
very
that.
normal. I'm totally normal.
That's why Unrelenting works. We have different wiring.
Yes.
We have different viewpoints on things. But yeah,
Not that different.
I mean, I noticed this eating at like
You're wrong on
Chinese,
that. We have the same viewpoint. You're incorrect.
Chinese buffets back in the day, and I would just feel like a little crap after.
Oh,
and then-
I love Chinese buffets.
I know. Oh God, they were so good back in the day before people were
Mhm.
like, "Oh, COVID."
I really hoped mine would survive, and it did. It managed to survive, and they're back to open. And I haven't been there. I almost thought about going there today, but it really good. It's actually Korean Chinese buffet.
Nice. I like
It's
when they
owned by
start mixing
Koreans.
other stuff in.
Yeah, well, so it's owned by Koreans, which means they have all the Chinese food and then a little bit of Korean food too.
Get a little extra on the side.
Yeah,
They see Gene
I-
coming, and they're like, "Oh
get
no,
some Goldie.
get the shrimp out!" No,
yeah.
I'm gonna eat too much.
I'm not a big Chinese seafood guy though.
It was usually with the MSG. It would be after a meal. We went to a Polish buffet here once. CCSB, the Polacks will get you too.
No,
And it started like 5 minutes after eating. There must have been so much MSG.
they don't use MSG in their cooking.
Yeah, they do. Look at the ingredients. You'll find out they do. That's the problem.
Polish food,
Yeah.
MSG.
No. Yeah. You don't know, man. It's actually, oddly enough, Italian food is the second most used after Chinese, but Polish food too. Yeah. For like all of these, like the sausages and stuff. Not every brand does, but obviously this company, they were famous around here, Bobox, for their own sausages and that. I have to very carefully read because there's some like you can find a soup brand and one of their chicken noodle soups won't have MSG, but another chicken noodle soup will. It's just like just be consistent. That's all I need. But Aldi, all of their flavored.
Have you
chip-
thought about getting treatments for your disability?
Yeah, I should. I should be able to get a big government paycheck.
Well, I don't know about that, but maybe you can find a way to treat it.
Yeah, don't eat MSG.
That's not treatment.
Yes,
That's
it
avoidance.
is. It's better. You don't need it. It's poison. Come on.
You absolutely need it.
It's a
and it's not
neurotoxin.
poison.
Yes.
It is not a neurotoxin.
Oh, it is.
Don't lie.
It is. It's
No.
a neurotoxin. It
It
is
is
poison.
It is absolutely not.
Some people find it to be delicious, but I can tell
my
you,
God.
it is a
Uh-huh.
neurotoxin. MSG is poison.
This show does not provide medical advice, especially one that is incorrect.
Well, see, we have two different
Neurotoxin,
viewpoints. We are
please.
covering all the bases. This is the genius of unrelenting.
It is literally considered safe by the FDA.
Well, the FDA, they told you to go get double boosted, baby.
I don't think the FDA told you any of that.
They
I
were
think
in
you're
on it, man.
thinking
They're a part of the cabal.
They're part of the cabal.
Yeah. Cabal.
No, you can just use MSG instead of salt for everything.
You could just use salt.
But that's dangerous. It raises blood pressure.
My blood, I'm telling you, I should take it. I haven't taken it in a couple of weeks, but the CoQ10, I believe, is magical blood pressure lowering goodness since I've started taking that.
Mm-hmm.
Blood pressure has never been lower. And of course, I should look at my, my Apple phone here. I've been on 5 or 6 days of 45 minutes, usually an hour of biking. And, I don't even really want to say it because it's that whole, you're going to jinx it, but the palpitations are gone.
Good. See what happens when the weather gets hot, though.
Right. Well, this is why I stay inside. It's like right now, let's see.
The controlled environment.
It's 87 degrees out right now. So I've got the AC cranking.
I think the only thing you're missing is an oxygen generator.
Well, see, we should have grabbed
Get
that.
your hyperbaric chamber set up and you're all set.
Yeah. My mom's cousin that passed away a few years ago, she had an oxygen machine. We should have grabbed that thing, man.
Should have.
Could have been
Yeah.
like, get ready for the show, Gene. Getting high on oxygen.
Well, I'm sitting here sucking down oxygen right now.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Mm-hmm.
Gene's got a whole medical thing. He's in a hospital bed every time he does the show, getting his
Iron lung.
treatment.
I'm inside of an iron lung.
Mr. Gene and the iron lung.
Why do you think I sound this way?
It's what do you think,
I
Gene?
have mine set more to a faster tempo, but yes.
Yeah, you got to keep that air coming in. People are like, what?
My iron lung pants.
Yeah. What people are like? What do we tune into here? I don't know. This is
Well, we are the Seinfeld of podcasts. That's
Yes.
what people need to realize.
that's what people love about the show. It
Yeah.
is unpredictable. I mean, we call it unrelenting, but it's unpredictable. It is.
But it's usually the same.
It is about this. Usually, it's Gene's ordering food. I'm talking about
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Pretty much spaceships.
spaceships. A lot of spaceship talk.
Uh-huh.
It says the FDA has received many reports of concerning reactions from people that are
And they've
related to
denied
MSG.
them all.
I know, right? It's MSG symptom complex could be headache, flushing, sweating, face pressure,
Yeah, it's fake symptoms from people that have other diseases.
tingling or burning in the face. Okay, wait. If anybody out there
Totally normal.
listening,
Totally normal.
anybody out there's like, you know what? Every time I eat a little Kung Pao, my
Mhm.
face starts tingling and burning, but I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to
That's
show
from the pepper.
That's
That's from the spice.
quick fluttering heartbeats. Well, we get that anyway.
Mhm.
Chest pain, feeling sick. Well, what is that? Come on, feeling sick.
Mhm.
It said research. There are no clear proof of a link between MSG and any of these symptoms. Researchers
None.
admit
Zero.
though, that a small number of people may have short-term reactions
Yeah.
to MSG.
It is the most natural food. C5H8 NO4 NA.
And it says
Like it's
from the Mayo Clinic, the only way to prevent a reaction is to not eat foods that have MSG in them. So if you could create this drug, if we can get this
Uh-huh.
made, you and I could be billionaires. We won't need to podcast anymore.
could we? Is
Yeah.
that how that works? Uh-huh.
Can you imagine a drug be like, boom, you can now go eat crappy soup or Chinese buffet?
That's well. I'm working with a drug inventor right now, so maybe we can come up with something.
See, now if you could do that, all
Yeah.
in, man. All in. I've got my,
I think it just has to do with getting your kids started on eating MSG nice and early in life. To
so
get
put
them
it in
used
the
to
breast milk, just
Yeah,
load it up.
I mean, that ideally, if you want to have your breast milk taste better, you would put some MSG in there.
Sir Gene's breast milk only at HEB.
Exactly.
Now we're getting sued by HEB.
Oh, by so many different things. Yes.
But I've got my pill regimen now seems to be pretty set, which is the and everybody's like, why are you taking that? The taurine
Yep.
and the L-arginine.
Glutamine. Yep.
Yeah, I don't take glutamine, but those two, those were the most recently added, the taurine and L-arginine, which
Yep.
I guess the L-arginine's like nature's Viagra, which
Well, I don't know about that. It's the amino acid.
yes. The taurine is the main one that I found in a
Yep.
lot of different research for the heart palpitations. And that seems to
Yeah.
work,
Well, it's good for muscles in general, not just the heart.
which is good. You know,
Mhm.
and we keep getting further on with the watching YouTube and riding the bike. Now I can
Yeah,
get out and
it's
get
a
some fresh air.
non-protogenic aminosulfonic acid. So, of course,
Obviously.
it's going to be good for that.
It's gonna be great for that, but we don't get
Yeah.
medical
Which
advice.
explains why you're eating a lot of eggs, too.
Does it? I always have.
One of the main, it's one of the main sources of this in people's food is from eggs.
So I should just keep eating the eggs. I was gonna make some egg salad, right?
It's the yolks.
The yolk. And
Yeah, I don't care if you eat the whites.
we got one of those little machines. I have to order another one. That you
Mhm.
put the 6 eggs in and you put a little amount of water and then it steams the eggs. So it gets you
Mhm.
a hard boiled egg without putting them in a big pot of water. Very convenient. But we were moving some stuff off the counters, a couple of weeks ago. And the little that was sitting on there there's a little cup that comes with it with the little line that tells you how much water to use. And then there's a little egg pricker on the bottom because you prick the side of the egg so that when it makes it easier to peel or something. And I'm
Yep.
like, oh, honey, where's that little thing? Oh, I thought it was for the old toaster and I threw it out.
Oh, man.
I know. I'm like, well, how do I know now what? I'm going to have to just order a new one.
Jesus.
I know. I should keep her out of the kitchen. She does not cook.
You mentioned this a number of times. You would think that she wouldn't even bother going in the kitchen.
I know. It's like, why wouldn't you ask? Like, do you
Yeah.
need this? Why is this sitting on the counter? Because I got to know how much water to put in. I'm sure I could look that up, but it was very convenient to just put the little hole in the side of the egg. I'm like, I don't know. I could do that, I guess, with like a nail or something, but I guess I just need the bigger one. The one we had only did 6 eggs. I'd like one that maybe did 12 or something.
What do you want to do 12 eggs for?
Well, that's like 3 sandwiches. Make a little egg salad.
Okay. So what do you put in your egg salad?
This is a
I
question
get the
that
recipe.
actually came up. You can be very simple, which is just a little bit of mayo and seasoning, which I'm like addicted to a Gibson Steakhouse, which is my favorite steakhouse.
Yeah.
But they make a seasoning that they sell at Costco that it's, supposedly a steak seasoning, but I put it when I make scrambled eggs. I put it on chicken. I put it on steak. It works for everything. You throw that in with a little bit of mayo and you have a very simple one. You can throw in a little bit of the relish, like the pickle relish. Not a lot, but just a little bit. But I like it. I like a fairly simple egg salad.
I've never tried putting pickle relish in there. That's an interesting idea.
See there. This is why people listen to Unrelenting. What are you putting in?
I know. I've only made the super basic, which is just eggs, some salt, pepper, and mayonnaise.
That's your basic right there.
And I just use a fork to smash up the eggs.
And
So I like them when they're not. I don't like them to be completely like mono.
Yeah, you don't want it to be
I
like a
like
paste.
more chunks. That's what I'm trying to say.
Gene loves
I like-
chunks.
I like the eggs to be a little more chunky in there, so I just break them up with a fork.
These are the kind of cooking tips that you can only find on Unrelenting. So we hope that you will join us once again next week. Same Unrelenting time, same Unrelenting channel. God willing. And if the creeks don't rise, Gene, we'll be here.
Yeah, that kind of reminded me of the Lake Wobegon kind of
Oh, Garrison Keeler.
description. Yeah.
Hey,
Well, he talks about his hometown, Lake Wobegon, where the women are strong, the men are good looking, and all the children above average.
sounds like where we would be.